Hi, so I'm here today with my corn snake Peaches. Today I'm just going to be talking a little bit about her, how I got her, when I got her. She was actually something that I got on Craigslist over a year ago now. She was actually for sale on there for her and a 40-gallon enclosure to come with her, all for around $150. It was my first corn snake at the time, and I really liked the morph, so I got it. I don't know much about corn snake morphs, but I knew that I liked this one when I seen it. A lot of people have told me that they believe it's a stripe amelanistic, which, you know, it's pretty appealing. It's got the nice orange look, and even on her belly, it's mostly orange, and that's really interesting. Now I believe she's about 3 or 4 years old, but she's been always not this handleable. When I got her, she was pretty wild, to be honest. She would rattle her tail at me, and she would occasionally strike as we would walk by, but with a little bit of work she was pretty easy to calm down. But with that said, she has always been a really great eater and never really hesitates to take on a meal. Alright, so now I'm here with Drago, my Brazilian rainbow boa, and I don't have a good trust built up with him yet. He, like many other Brazilian rainbow boas that I hear about, has been known to be a little bitey at times, but we're working on that. I haven't had him for all that long, maybe 3-4 months, maybe even 5. And he's been a great eater, like all boas are known to be, but his temperament has been a little questionable. But nonetheless, he's a really beautiful snake. He was another Craigslist find for me. I picked him up for about $150. He is very beautiful, and I plan to take him to shows one day, and hopefully with just a little bit more handling, he'll be exactly where we want him to be. Alright, so this is Frank, the ball python. I have had him since he was a hatchling, which unbelievably now he's about 1.5 years old, and he's still very, very small. This is because he's been going on and off food, a lot like ball pythons do, and a little jump there. Yeah, so basically he's been going on and off food, and he hasn't been growing all that much, so we still have a pretty small guy here. We're going to be trying to feed him up next probably, but he is just a normal morph. This is what you would see in the wild with ball pythons, and to be honest, they're kind of like having a pet rock. They stay in their enclosure, in the hide, basically all the time, and they'll come out at night when you're asleep. So this is basically like having a pet rock for the most part. But he's still very nice pattern, very nice looking. I actually like the normals. They come, even though it's normal, the normals can come still with different patterns, and this is a rather nice one. All right, so next up we are actually going to attempt a live feeding next. I know this is a little bit of a controversial topic in the reptile world, but I'm not going to be showing it today. This is only because I have a ball python that hasn't eaten in quite a bit of time, and he is almost 1.5 years, and he's still very small, so we need to see if we can get him a little bit more up to size. He's not wanting to take frozen thawed right now, so we are going to try live so that he can just get some food on him. Alright, so we are about to drop the rat in there now. I always like to take good safety precautions. I have my hook here, I have some tongs here, just in case things go awry. I do not want this rat attacking my snake in any way at all. So we are going to avoid that at any cost, and we are not going to let these snakes get hurt. But he is looking a little interested, so we might actually get him to eat here tonight. But basically during live feeding, I just want to keep, like I said, a very close eye, because when these rodents get up to size, it doesn't take much to kill your snake or seriously harm it. So it's not something that I really prefer to do if I can avoid it, but sometimes you can't avoid it, and you know that if you've been keeping snakes for a while. But I'm just gonna try to encourage this rat to get a little bit closer. And this is pretty typical for ball pythons, not wanting to eat or going off food for a while, but it does get a little discouraging for new keepers sometimes, and that's why I don't recommend them as first pets, because they can just go on and off food, and they can be a little bit nerve-wracking for a newer keeper. And some new keepers also won't try live or won't try pre-killed. They'll only stick with the frozen thawed, and a lot of times their animal will die because they're just slightly uninformed. It's actually looking like he's probably not going to eat again, which he's not really losing any like body mass, which is good. That's mostly what you need to be looking for, is if your snake hasn't eaten in a long time, that's okay, as long as they aren't rapidly losing body mass, losing weight, not acting normal. You know, if they start to look sickly, you know there's a problem. But it is pretty regular for ball pythons to go on and off food like this. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, comment, and even share it with your friends. You can also follow me on Instagram and our new TikTok page if you're interested in more of me and my reptiles. Thanks for watching today's video. I appreciate you.